Morning Drive's own travel expert and golf advisor, Matt Janella.
There are 36 courses in the TPC network, 16 of which are open to the public. Courses like Sawgrass, Scottsdale, and Harding Park get a lot of attention and ink. But after a recent visit to TPC Deere Run, home of the John Deere Classic, I just might have a new favorite. One thing's for sure, at $75, it's the best value of the bunch. In 1837, a 33-year-old John Deere invented the self-scouring steel plow that cut through the sticky clay of Midwestern farmlands. The, quote, plow that broke the plains was just the start of the brand's success. Although Deere never heard the sound of a tractor, and he died just before golf came to America, the John Deere Classic has been a PGA Tour event since 1972, has raised over $60 million for regional charities, and is known for the Big Dig. D.A. Weibring is a three-time winner of the event and went on to design TPC Deere Run, hosted the Classic since 2000. Joining me on my tour of the course was Claire Peterson, the tournament director. We've come all this way here, home of John Deere, TPC Deere Run, and this is what you guys are. I was sort of expecting a little something different. This just looks like a typical golf cart to me.
A little something for the effort. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I'm just wondering.
A little lame. I know. We can upgrade you.
This could work. No, there's not really a place for clubs. Now this is a golf cart. How does this work? Next up on the first tee, me and my John Deere. I got a tee, Tom. Clear my path. Although some were too small, and unfortunately, some were too big, one was just right. What do I need to know about this golf course?
This is as good as it gets as far as spectator experience, the playing experience, and for the golf course architect, I think a piece of property that they were unbelievably excited about. Deere actually donated the land to the PGA Tour. This is Deere descendants that used to raise Arabian horses here, with the idea that 1 week out of the year they would host a PGA Tour event, but the rest of the year it would be open to the public.
Could go in. Go in! Oh, jeez.
All right, I'm done.
That was actually close.
Good night, everybody.
What a setting right here to be playing a golf hole.
You just kind of got to pinch yourself sometimes when we come out here and play.
Claire, looks like they're setting up for something more than just a little snack shack here at the 17th
Yeah, this
tee.
is our world-famous Pork Chop Hill. You got smoke wafting there all during tournament week. A good Midwestern meal.
You guys have taken a spot right before the Open Championship, and you've made the most of it.
We make it family-friendly for all the spectators here. We have things for them to do during the course of the week, like the Big Dig. You can get on a piece of construction equipment and, you know, have an experience that is pretty unique.
Who's particularly adept at sort of being able to work with the machinery?
Louis Oosthuizen, when he won the Open in 2010, one of his first purchases was a 6000 series John Deere tractor. He's got his farm in South Africa, so when he's out at the Big Dig and he gets on a bulldozer or excavator, he absolutely knows.
He knows what he's doing.
He knows how to make it sing, yeah.
This is pretty famous little finish.
The famous finishing hole. If you can kind of peel it off that left bunker, that's ideal.
You got to draw it on 17. Got a little cut here.
Yeah, that's the beauty of this golf course. You have to move the ball.
You guys will forever be a tournament that knew Jordan before he became Jordan.
The Jordan Spieth story is unbelievable. 2012, he comes in as a college student. He turns pro. We said, why don't you come back in 2013? Wins. That alone, you know, just warms our heart. He gets on our jet shuttle to the British Open because we have a spot to our highest finisher, so he gets to experience that. So now he goes, wins the U.S. Open. Within a half hour, we got an email from his office saying, please reserve 3 seats on the jet.
3 seats on what you say is the jet. What does that mean?
We've got a 767, big, wide-bodied, 100 seats, owned by Mark Cuban. so we know that there's a lot of leg room since his basketball players fly on it. And we leave here on Sunday, right after the tournament, and get into wherever the venue is for the Open by noon that next morning.
Thank you, Claire.
Tremendous.
Really appreciate
Matt,
it.
we're so happy you were here.
All
Thanks
your time
so much.
and information, that was great.
Appreciate it.
For 75 to 125 bucks,
We're very lucky.
can't beat this, right?
Yeah.
This is great value.
Locals will tell you there are 35 courses within 35 miles of Quad Cities, and the average green fee is $35. A buddy's trip itinerary built around TPC Deer Run should include courses such as Glynns Creek, Fire Lake, Byron Hills, and Palmer Hills. The tour players not only enjoy the golf, the tractors, the digs, and the simple charms of the community, they also like the food. And during tournament week, you'll find a lot of players and caddies at Duck City.
What's the story behind this Duck City Bistro?
Well, we opened in 1991. Chef Charles, my father, opened this restaurant, and everyone was kind of complaining they needed a good lunch place. So we kind of opened this place in the mind of lunch. When I became the executive chef, I did away with lunches because I needed all day to prep the dinner because I wanted to do new and fun things.
Who are some of the pros who come in, and what's the feedback?
Well, I mean, we got Pat Perez pretty much every day, J.J. Henry. We've had Ricky Fowler here. I've had Zach Johnson here. I think Steve Stricker here eats the same thing every time. I got to get 25, 30-ounce smoked pork chops for Pat Perez because he eats it 6 days in a row. He's carrying a little pork chop baby down the fairway. I'm like, yeah, you know.
All right, so what should I have tonight?
House specialty Duck City Duck Breast with my duck confit. When you order it, I'll put your name in it for you. Braised beef short ribs. They're braised for 6 hours in Chianti and cinnamon. And a Hunan barbecue glaze. You know, when the golfers are here, I like to try and do some corn on the menu.
Yeah.
Because they're in Iowa.
Right.
I mean, that's what we do.
Yeah.
And last but not least, I've got beef, the bone-in Black Angus Prime rib chop. Beef. It's what's for dinner.
Here's your Cajun pan black and ribeye served on dirty rice with a seafood etouffee.
I'm not leaving here hungry.
You're not leaving hungry. No, that's not what we do.
Pat Perez, Michael pork chop, 6 nights a week. Speed leans to the duck. I'm going black and ribeye.
Excellent.
Having had beef for dinner, I called upon the second stomach of a cow to make room for dessert. And another staple of life in the Quad City is Whitey's ice cream.
A vanilla shake on bottom with a mint chocolate chip sundae and chocolate on top.
So we've got delicious, topped off by a little bit of delicious, with a little bit of delicious sauce on top. Here, try some. Love the story of the charter jet and how it has improved the field. In 2007, before the plane, those 7 open qualifiers all lost their luggage trying to get to Carnoustie. This year's field is approaching 30 qualifiers of the Open Championship en route to the Old Course. At this rate, they're going to need a bigger plane.
Well, you heard it from the chef's mouth. Pat Perez frequents Duck City very often when he's in town for the John Deere. We have this photographic evidence as well. He posted these photos to Instagram on Monday, taking Danny Lee, the Greenbrier Classic winner, to a celebratory dinner where duck was certainly on the menu, I'm sure. I take it Pat's probably not a vegetarian. But stick around, much more Morning Drive is headed your way.